Alright guys, this is my 2018 CLA250. I noticed there's a coolant leak on the floor, and it's a very small coolant leak, and I was trying to figure out where it might be leaking, and I could see the coolant on my transmission. So I was thinking maybe the transmission fluid is leaking or whatever, but the color of the fluid was pink, right? So when I looked underneath the car, I noticed that the coolant shutoff valve had a bunch of coolant all around it, right? So then I did some research, and apparently this is the part that can fail over time. This car has 110,000 miles on this. So I'm going to show you guys how to replace the coolant shutoff valve. So the coolant shutoff valve is basically what it does is like it shuts off the valve, obviously, but then what it does is it opens up some of the, and then it actually diverts some of the hot coolant from your engine, and then it divert into the heater core. That's pretty much it does. It has a vacuum hose that goes on it, and then that's pretty much it does, right? So now let me go through the whole process with you guys. So first thing, how to access it. So I try to access from the bottom of the car, but it was extremely difficult. Okay, so I watched some of the other videos, and everybody tried to do it from the top, right? So I'm going to show you what needs to be done. So number one step is you want to drain your coolant, okay? So you don't make a mess. So drain your coolant. Where is the coolant plug? So if you go onto this side, if you look inside here, let me show you the coolant plug right there. You see that red plastic? Let me focus. You guys see it right over there, right there. I hope you guys can see that, but that's the right there, the red one right there. Okay, so that's the coolant. Let me zoom in. Right there, that's better. That's the coolant drain plug. Okay, so you put a bucket underneath. Make sure it's a clean bucket if you are planning to reuse it. So I just changed my coolant, so I'm gonna reuse this coolant. Okay, so unplug that. Or you just have to loosen it up, and then make sure you remove the cap from the top, and then drain your fluid. Okay, so once that's done, you have to remove the air intake. Okay, so how to remove the air intake? You basically need to loosen up this clamp, and then you have to basically pull. I have an aftermarket one, but it's the same concept, guys. So you pull this up. Okay, there's three tabs, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so if you look here, right around here, there's 1, and I believe there are 2 like this right around here. Okay, so just pull up, but be very careful when you pull up. These are ECU cables. Okay, so don't mess up these cables. Don't pull it up too high. Okay, so when you pull up, you will have enough room to unlatch. So just lift these up. So press this right here. So press this and then unlatch it. Okay, once you remove these 2, you can take the air filter out of the way. Okay, next step is the battery. Okay, so first disconnect your negative terminal. It's 10 millimeter nut that you have to remove. Okay, so take this out and then remove the positive side of it. Okay, and then how to remove the battery, it's a little bit tricky on these cars, so you have to remove a bunch of plastic covers. Okay, so let me show you. So first plastic cover you will see, it's gonna be the top cover, this guy. Okay, so it's usually on the top like this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull towards, if you're standing in front of the car, pull towards you and then lift up. It will come right out. Okay, so pull up. Okay, so once you remove that, then the next plastic cover, you will see something like this. Okay, it's gonna be like sitting like this in there, like that. Okay, and then you will see this cover. Okay, so this cover goes like this. Okay, so what you want to do is, you see this tab right there? right here is usually inside like this. Okay, so grab a flathead screwdriver and push it here on this side, or pull on this side. Okay, and then it will actually come out of this thing. Okay, don't break this. And then same thing at the bottom, you push these tabs and then try to lift up and it will come out. Okay, and then actually there's one more, sorry, inside here, it's usually stuck inside here, right? So put your screwdriver here and then push this guy apart. Okay, so once you do that, you can just pull this thing out. Okay, so you pull it out from there, these three at the bottom, and then this one on the side right here, and this cover comes out. Okay, this is the second cover for the battery. Once you get that out, then you have to get this thing out. Okay, be careful with this because unfortunately I guys broke that's why I'm making this video. Hopefully it can help somebody if you guys either removing the battery or removing the throttle body or coolant shutoff valve, whatever it is, right? So you don't make the same mistake that I did. So if you look here, this little tab here, right? So you have to push this guy right here. Okay, you have to push this down. So when you push this down, both sides, push this down. Once you do that, you can slide this thing out like this. Okay, so press both of these tabs, not these tabs, these two tabs. Okay, so press this tab and this tab down, and then carefully try to pull this out towards you. Okay, and then pull out towards you and then lift up, and then you should be able to take this out. Okay, so this is the third piece of the battery. Okay, once you get all these three pieces out, then you have access to the battery. Sorry, not the battery, the bottom side of the battery, where the battery is sitting, right? To remove the battery itself, after you remove those plastic covers, or after you remove the first top cover, there's this, so there's this metal piece that sits right here. Okay, so you have to take this metal piece out first in order to take the battery out. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat one more time, step by step. You have first cover. Okay, pull, lift up, get this out of the way, disconnect your negative, positive terminals from your battery, disconnect your vacuum line that's connected here. Not vacuum line, I'm sorry, I think it's a drain line, whatever. So remove this, it's this guy right here. Okay, so remove this, and then once you get those wires and stuff out of the way, then you can remove this bolt right here. Okay, once you get this bolt out, get this metal piece out, then you can lift the battery out. Okay, so once you get the battery out, then you have left with plastic pieces number 2, number 3, and then this metal, the bottom bracket, okay, or the bottom plate. So I already showed you how to take this out. So second plastic piece, take this out. You have a tab right here, these three, and then this guy right here. So once you take this out, then you're gonna take this out, push on the these two guys, okay, and then you can pull this out. Okay, now you're left with this guy installed in the car, right? So it's like this, correct? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove, let me actually put it so you can easily see it. So there's 4 bolts here. Okay, you have 1 bolt right here, 2, they're connected right there, they're installed right over there, and then you have 3 somewhere over here, right here, and you have a 4th one that goes through here. Okay, so you need to remove that too. It goes through here and then it connects right over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, and then there's a small 8mm, oh sorry, it's a I believe it's E10. Okay, so you gotta remove this. It's installed right here, and there's a wire connected to this. Okay, so remove this, and then you can take this whole tray out of there. Okay, that's how you remove the battery, by the way. Okay, so once you remove the battery, then what you're gonna do next is remove the throttle body. Okay, once you remove the throttle body, then you can get an easy access. I wouldn't say that easy, but you can at least remove these clamps. This is the shutoff valve right here, guys. Okay, let me give you a light so you can see it. Okay, this guy is leaking in my case. Okay, this is the vacuum line. We gotta remove the vacuum line. You gotta remove this clamp this side, and there's the same clamp on the other side. Okay, so once you get these two clamps, you should be able to take this out. There's gonna be some leftover coolant here, so put something under the car so you don't make a mess in the garage or whatever. So yeah, so that's how you remove it. So let me show you the new part right here. The new shutoff valve comes with two hoses already. Okay, so the clamps are already installed. It's already oriented to the right place, so it goes like this. So it's gonna go like this. Okay, so you need to remove two clamps. Clamp goes right here, clamp goes right here. Okay, the hardest part here is to get into this clamp. This is easy. To this clamp, you're gonna have to see where's the orientation for this clamp is. So you're just gonna well, you get my point. Okay, so once you get these two, you have to remove the vacuum line, and then there's an arrow on this which way the coolant goes, right? So you don't have to worry about that, because if you put it like this, which if you can see, the old one is like that, right? You can see the hose going like this. That's how the arrow is supposed to be anyways, right? So it goes like this. I'm gonna show you another video how to once I get the old one out, I'll make another video and show you after I put the new one in. Okay, so before we get to that point, let me show you a trick for throttle body removal. Okay, so throttle body, let me show you. This is my RX-7, by the way. It's a 1994 FD, still rotary in it. Okay, so you have to remove 4 bolts from this. Okay, it's usually like this. It's installed like this. Okay, now it goes in like this. Okay, this is how connector faces, like this. Now it's very easy to remove, but there's one trick. So once you disconnect this wire, you have 4 bolts here, right? And these are the T25 right here, or T30 actually, sorry. So now what you want to do is, this one is very easy to get to, obviously. This one is very easy to get to. The 2 screws on the other side, they were so difficult to get to. So what I had to do is, so I made a lot of extensions. Okay, show you. Actually, it's T25, guys, sorry. Okay, I use T25 for this. So what you want to do is, you want to put extensions like this. Okay, so long enough extensions. Once you get long extension like this, what you're gonna do is, you're gonna come in from this side like this, and then one side you will hold it. You're gonna hold this bit like this. Okay, you're gonna guide it so you can attach to this screw right here. Okay, and then it's gonna be a really long extension all the way out here. Okay, so once you get to that point, and then just use a ratchet like at this location right here. But when you do this, you want to make sure you hold on to this bit right here as you're rotating. Okay, so you don't strip the screw by accident. I have watched a lot of videos, guys, to learn how to do this. I tell you, a lot of people strip that screw, especially that down there, that screw, even this screw right here. They ended up actually buying a new screw. So if you don't mind buying the new screws, you can be less careful. But if you are planning to reuse, you're doing this at nighttime, weekend, you don't have any parts store open or whatever, you don't want to strip it, mark my word, you want to hold on to this bit and then rotate very slow, or you will strip that screw. Okay, so be careful with that. These O-rings, I'm just gonna kind of wipe them down. I haven't bought new O-rings, so I'm not reuse these O-rings. But yeah, that's how you remove the throttle body. So once you get the screws out, and then move this the intake pipe back a little bit, and then you just kind of wiggle it, and then just kind of slowly take it out. Okay, in my case, in order to get to this screw right here, the one on the top, I remove all these lines, like the connector and this vacuum line. I remove all these connectors, and I use Chopman set. So this is how the Chopman set look like. So you can use a Chopman set from the bottom, like this as well, or it's just better if you use that long extension that I told you to get to that. Okay, but yeah, you guys will figure that out. Okay, that's how you remove the throttle body. So drain the water or coolant, remove the battery, remove the throttle body. Now you're ready to remove the old shutoff valve. Okay, I'll make a second video, by the way, reverse process, how to put everything back together.